What's up, everybody? Welcome to my Groovefunnels SEO tutorial. In this video, I'm going to be showing you how to use Groovefunnels as well as another tool I'll be telling you about here in just a little bit to get your websites ranking in Google search results and maybe even on the first page. Now, in case you don't know, Groovefunnels is an awesome all-in-one kind of business management software, and you can actually sign up completely for free by clicking the link down below and start making free websites right now today, and follow along with me as I show you in this video how to optimize your Groovefunnels website and use this other tool that I'm going to tell you about to show up in search results for whatever you want and get your business found on the internet. So before we go any further, I want to show you guys exactly what I'm talking about. So I'll just pull up here. I have an incognito window and I want to show you guys some of the results. Now, Groovefunnels is amazing for SEO. It has great potential. Even if you're not an expert, even if you're a total SEO beginner, you're going to be able to follow along with this video as well as the other videos on my channel that explain SEO, what it is, and how to do it. So in case you're still with me and you have no idea what SEO is search engine optimization. And it's quite literally what it means. You want to optimize your content, in this case your Groovefunnels website, you want to optimize it to be found by the search engines. There's bots that crawl the internet and categorize content, and you want them to present your content at the beginning of the search results. So without any further ado, let's just check out the search results for Best NYC SEO 2021. Here you will find this top result right below the featured snippet. Here is my Groovefunnels website, and this is nothing amazing, guys. This is just a one-page sales letter website, and it's not even really a sales letter. It's just for lead generation. All I want people to do here is put in their information so that I can follow up with them and add them to my list. And once you put in your information here and click request more info, this then redirects you to my personal website where you can learn more information about me and who I am. So like I said, that's on the very first page of Google at the top for Best NYC SEO 2021. So if it's not quite 2021 yet, if you're still watching this video at the end of 2020, then maybe we should just look for Best SEO Lower East Side. That doesn't specify time in the future. This is just if you were searching for the best SEO in the Lower East Side. It's not at the very top yet, but once again, you'll find my website here on the very first page of Google. And this is the same website. This is all made in Groovefunnels. And in a few minutes, I'm going to show you how to optimize your Groovefunnels page so that you can be ranking on the first page for the best whatever it is you are. Just one more example here. This is most effective New York City SEO. What if somebody searched that? My videos about SEO, I want to be found for SEO, so obviously if I'm going to be giving out advice about SEO, I should have something to back it up. So here we go, most effective NYC SEO. If you scroll down here, you'll find my name, James Jernigan, along with my YouTube video here on the very first page of Google for most effective New York City SEO. And that's the secret tool I wanted to tell you guys about, and it's YouTube. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how to optimize your Groovefunnels site and your YouTube videos so that you can be showing up on the first page of Google. And if you don't have a YouTube channel, if you're going to want to repeat this process that I'm showing you, it's going to be vital that you start a YouTube channel for your business or your store or whatever it is you're trying to advertise, because in case you don't know, Google is the second biggest search result provider. YouTube is the second biggest search result provider right after Google, and Google has purchased YouTube and owns YouTube, so that should give you an idea of how much attention is on these two platforms and why you should be on both of them. So these results are repeatable. I've done the same for Arizona. If you search Best Arizona SEO 2021, here I am with 2 YouTube videos at the very top for the first result, as well as another one of my websites. And this is very similar to the other one, just a simple one-page lead generation website And that should speak to how amazing Groovefunnels is for SEO. Using other website builders to get these types of results, you need sometimes tens or maybe hundreds of pages with siloed content. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, that's okay, because times have changed. And like I said, this is a one-page website that is ranking for Best Arizona SEO 2021. And so to just give you guys a little bit more of the taste of the power of YouTube, what if you wanted to market your Groovefunnels affiliate link? And so here's an example: best funnel builder for lawyers. If you type that into Google right now, the #1 top result is a YouTube video that I made just earlier today, actually, to advertise my Groovefunnels affiliate link. So then just below the video, you will find a link to my affiliate site, grooveforlife.com, where I promote this affiliate software. And that is linked right down below. Like I said, if you don't have an account, you can sign up completely free for the base program. And then there's a few upgrade options available if that's your thing. So anyways, one final example of the power of YouTube and my credibility, because I wouldn't want you watching this video and taking advice if it wasn't going to work. So you could just repeat this: open up an incognito window on your computer and search most effective way to rank 2021. And there you go, the #1 result there. Best, most effective way to rank #1 on YouTube and Google is actually a video of me explaining exactly how to do it. So that's that. I hope that gives you guys a clear understanding of why SEO is important and how you can leverage it to get found on the internet. So how are you going to do that? I want to walk you guys through that right now. And so we'll just hop into my Groovefunnels account here. And I want to show you guys, looks like I need to reload. I want to show you guys here this bestnycseo.com website I made. So the very first thing you're going to want to start with is your URL. When it comes to SEO, the URL or your domain name is very important. So when you're picking a domain name, that's probably going to be one of the first things you do when you're building a website. You want to choose something that is either an exact match or very specific to what you're talking about. So I wanted to rank for best SEO in New York City. So that's why I chose Best NYC SEO. It's literally an exact match. So that's the first place you're going to want to start. Now, the next thing that's important is your H1 title here. And just to be sure, if you're using any of these templates, there's a bunch of templates in Groovefunnels. They make setting up websites really easy. But just a word of warning, when it comes to SEO, if you're using the templates, you want to come over here to Elements and delete all the titles on every section, because in these templates, sometimes they'll have multiple H1 titles used over and over, and that's not good for SEO. As far as Google's concerned, they want each page of your website to have only one H1 tag. So what I like to do is just go ahead and click the trash can and delete the one that was already in there, and then come over here to Elements and just drag the H1 in. So you want to have one H1. That's very important. I like to only have one H2 as well, and then you can use the H3 through 6 as many times as you need to. So that's the very first thing, is make sure you only have one H1 title. And when you're setting your H1 title, you want to make it either an exact match or, like I said, very specific. So if you don't want to make it an exact match of your URL, you should use like direct synonyms. So basically say the same thing in other words, and the same. You want to pretty much do that throughout the page. You definitely don't want to keyword stuff. You don't want to just use the same word over and over. So if you scroll through my page here, you'll notice it doesn't just say Best NYC SEO over and over. It is on the page, a fair amount of times. But if you notice, what I do is I switch up the terminology and I essentially say the same thing many different ways. The #1 top ranking search engine optimization agency of 2021. And then you come down here, New York City's top rated SEO company. So here I have New York City spelled out instead of abbreviated with NYC. And I have SEO abbreviated instead of spelled out as I did up here. And you want to kind of rotate your terminology throughout the page. So this is my H1 here, and then you'll notice this is my H2, which is essentially saying the same thing as the H1. but obviously in a different way. And then I just have more descriptions here, and this is all just generic stuff saying that I'm the best SEO in NYC, and I help businesses in New York get found on Google, and all that. And so here's another SEO tip for you Groovefunnels page builders, as well as SEOs using any other website building software. Authority words are going to go a long way towards bumping you above the competition. And what do I mean by authority words is words like best, top, recommended, preferred, reviewed, stuff like that. You'll find these words all throughout my websites, and there's a reason for that. It's not that you want to be cocky. Of course, there's always someone better than you. I'm sure there's many people out there who are better at SEO than I am. But the reason I put that on my site is there's two reasons. Number one, people want to work with the best. I mean, have you ever heard anybody that wants to hire the second best SEO company, or anybody looking for the fifth best marketer? No, they want the best. So if that's what they're looking for, and that's what I want to be found for, that's what I need to put on my website. So that's the first reason. The authority words help in ranking. And a second, I guess, more juvenile reason, although I think is still important, is when you look at greats throughout history, if you want to look at like boxers, Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson, Floyd Mayweather, or even musicians, like Jay-Z, people who are huge stars and have dominated their industry. Most of them said they were great long before anybody believed it. They would go around telling people they were the best before they had proved it, because a lot of them say that it fires them up to live up to that expectation they've set for themselves. So that's what I'm trying to do here. And if you want to connect with me, like I said, you can subscribe to this YouTube channel. And real quick, while I'm talking about it, if you want to connect with me on a better level where we can actually communicate and have some back and forth dialogue and share tips, you can ask me questions. I want to invite you to join my Facebook group, which is called Most Effective SEO and Organic Marketing 2021. I hope you're sensing a theme here. I'm determined to not only be the most effective SEO of 2021, but I want to help you and anybody else who might be interested in it repeat the process that I have figured out here, because there's plenty of room for all of us on Google. We all do our own thing, and we should all be found for it. So that's what I'm all about. So let's just continue. So we've covered URL, we've covered your domain name, we've covered your H1 title and H2 titles. So we've covered titles. Now I started to go into content, and I was saying use authority words, and basically in each section you just want to have everything be specific to what you want to be found for. You don't want to be rambling on here about your backstory, about how many years you lived at your old house. You don't need a bunch of pictures from your Instagram unless you're a photographer or that's somehow relevant. Basically, you just want to-the-point information. So now we get down here to, you'll see a YouTube video. Once again, I said this is extremely important that you start a YouTube, because YouTube is owned by Google, and so Google treats YouTube content with a lot of authority. If something is ranking on YouTube, Google is going to pick up on that and most likely start ranking that content on Google, as I showed you with Best Funnel Builder for Lawyers in my video ranking #1. That's the power of YouTube. So you want to leverage that with your Groovefunnels site. And I have other videos on my channel talking about how to optimize YouTube videos. I highly recommend checking them out when you get a chance. But basically, the gist of it is you're pretty much going to do the same thing that I'm showing you here with your Groovefunnels site. You're going to optimize your title. You're going to use lots of relevant but varying keywords in your description. And you're going to want to make sure your description is adequate, because if you write a 2 or 3 sentence description and your competitor writes a 100-sentence description, even though your product might be 10 times better and theirs might be garbage, theirs is going to rank above yours for the simple fact that they gave Google more information than you did. So you don't want to let that happen to you. You want to make sure you have plenty of content, and that's why you see so many blocks on this website. It's Not that I need every person that comes to this website to see all of this information as much as I want Google to have all this information so that they know where to rank me. And honestly, guys, when I set this website up, this was a work in progress. Like I said, I made this less than a month ago, and it's already ranking super well. But when I set this up, if you notice here under pages, I only have 2 pages here. I think I said, sorry if I said it was a 1-page site, it's 2 pages right now. But anyways, so I have here best NYC SEO, and when you're setting up a website that you want to be found on Google, if you have a location or even a service area, I highly recommend making a locations tab. And so that's what this page is here, locations. And when I say this is a half-finished website, if you look at here where I have locations listed, and these are all digital service locations. I don't actually have a physical business here. I live in Baltimore, Maryland, miles and miles away from New York City. I just thought it would be fun to try and rank #1 in the most populated place in my country. So that's what we're doing here. And as you can see, I have these locations. So what I intended to do with these locations, and I will show you here, let me pull up another one of my Groovepages sites so you can see exactly what I'm talking about. Here is my local SEO website, Baltimore City SEO. And I want to pull this up because I want to show you how you should be structuring your pages in Groovefunnels. And this website is ranking on Google as well, so this will give you an idea of how to do it. And here you can see the location page for this. It's similar. I have a bunch of locations here, and some of them are linked to other pages. As I have the time, I just create a new location page for each one of these because that's another chance I have to rank on Google. Now, you're going to want to hide some of these pages. You're not going to want all these pages in your menu. So it's as simple as just grabbing a page and dragging it down here to hidden pages. And that's what I've done here. But if you look under locations here, you'll see I have downtown Baltimore City SEO, Inner Harbor SEO, Fed Hill SEO. And that's the same thing I'm planning to do with my New York City site. But I'm beyond impressed with the results of just a 2-page website. Ranking for multiple terms for SEO for New York City. So I'm excited about that. I hope you're excited about it. If you're not already using Groovefunnels, I hope you sign up and give it a try because like I said, it's free to sign up and create 3 websites. After that, there's a bunch of different options to upgrade. If you, like I did, realize the potential of this and just want to create unlimited websites, there's an option where you can create unlimited websites, unlimited funnels, all within your Groovefunnels account. So that's super cool. And so here to give more detail about how to structure your site for SEO, I've done the same thing with the services page here. Under pages, you'll see under services, my services are full campaigns, free tools, and become an affiliate. And what this does, if you look at the titles of these pages, campaign, free tools, affiliates, downtown Baltimore City search engine optimization, I'm using location words in the URL of these pages because that's going to also tell Google what this page is about and help it rank. So let me go back to the New York City site since that's the initial one we were talking about. And like I said, the YouTube video is on the website. So that's what you want to do. You want to optimize your YouTube video exactly like I'm telling you to do here with the title and the description. And then there's also tags on a YouTube video. Now tags are going to be the same as you have them here in Groovefunnels too. And this is really important. If you come here and click on edit settings, you'll see these different boxes here. So your page name, that's what it's going to be named in your menu bar here, in your little hamburger menu, or depending on what view you're looking at, you got this menu here. And so that's what title means, is it's the title of your page. Or page name, I'm sorry, the name is what's going to show up here in the hamburger menu. Then you have the page title, which pretty much tells Google what the page title is. And then meta keywords here, this is going to be the same as your tags for your YouTube video. So this is basically just background information that tells Google what your site is about. And I don't know if there's a character limit on this, but I know you can fit hundreds, if not thousands, of words in this little box here. And this is where I'm hoping you're picking up on the tips I'm giving you. And so one thing you want to do here, I know this is probably pretty small on your screen, but here at the beginning of my meta keywords, I have NYC SEO, then I have SEO NYC. And the reason is because that's two different ways somebody might search the exact same thing. And if you want to have a chance of showing up for both of those searches, you should put it in both ways. So then I go on to say best NYC SEO, best SEO NYC, NYC best SEO, top SEO NYC, SEO top NYC, highest rated NYC SEO. You get the point. It goes on and on and on. Hundreds of different variations of these words. White hat SEO, black hat SEO, experienced SEO. There's those authority words again. I want you guys to pick up on that. Authority words, from my experience, are super powerful for getting your content ranked. You don't want to just say dry cleaners in Houston. You want to say best dry cleaners in Houston, #1 dry cleaners in Houston, dry cleaners in Houston with good reviews, stuff like that, to tell not only people, but most importantly Google, because Google is what is going to be determining where your site ranks. So even if people don't know that you're the best yet because they haven't heard of you, you want Google to think you're the best, because you want Google to tell other people you're the best. Because if other people see that Google thinks you're the best, they might think you're the best too. You see how this works? Very powerful stuff here, especially now that tools like Groovefunnels are coming out and the algorithms for YouTube and these different social networks are improving to the point where you can just type some words in and get found all over the world for what it is you want to be found. The proof is in the pudding there. My name is on the first page of Google for most effective New York City SEO. So I'm beyond thrilled with that. And like I said, this has all happened within pretty much less than a month ago when I started making these SEO sites. So I'm really excited for what the future holds. I'm really excited to connect with you, whether that means you leave a comment here and tell me you're watching, or like I said, you join me in my SEO Secrets Most Effective SEO and Organic Marketing 2021 group, where you can ask me questions. You can get my exclusive content. I'm going to start going live in that group much more frequently than I go live on my normal Facebook profile or YouTube channel. One, for practice, and two, because I want to give out I guess my most detailed tips there in a more intimate place where people can communicate and interact, and free from spam because it's a private group and all of that. So check it out if you're into that, and let's just keep going with this tutorial. I don't want to keep you guys here all day because I want you to go and rank your Groovepages site on Google. So anyways, after your keywords here, and I have other videos, by the way, showing you guys how you can steal these keywords from your competitors. So you could just go, whatever website is ranking #1 for your term, you can just go there, click a few buttons, copy all of their keywords, paste them into yours, and go from there. So next you have the meta description, and what that means is just it's the little snippet that shows up when someone searches for something on Google. If I go back here, so here's my website here. So this is going to be your website title that I was showing you before, and then under here is your meta description. So here I have most visited SEO company, office locations in New York City, Manhattan, #1 best Manhattan SEO 2021, and that's a lot. I shouldn't actually have Manhattan in there twice. I don't know how I did that. But anyways, you guys can see lots of location data in here, which is what is making that pop up, as well as authority words. There's best, most visited. So that's the kind of stuff it takes to get Google to recognize you and rank your content on the first page. But like I said, I hope you guys are noticing a theme here about having authority words not only in your titles and in your text on your page, but you also want to have authority words in your meta keywords and your meta description and all of that. And like I said, don't use the same one. You don't necessarily want to put best in every single one. Here I have top rated. You'll find some places I use #1. You want to switch it up, but you want to use synonyms. So That's that. And then basically this is the last, this box down here, I think it's called, yeah, Open Graph Settings. This is what, even though you set your page title up here, the Open Graph, this is what is actually going to show up as your title here in most instances. But I think that, I'm not sure on this, but I think that Google sometimes chooses whether it wants to show your page title or your Open Graph text. I've even seen them take little snippets out of people's website for this actually. So they don't fully disclose, I don't think, exactly how they aggregate and present this information. But from my experience, um, that's how it works, and that's where you're going to set those settings. So I hope this helped. Like I said, you want to silo your pages here. Put the hidden ones down here that you don't want in your menu, and you just basically want to link the pages together as they're relevant. So if you make a page for a city or for a street or some type of location, obviously you want to put that page under your locations tab. And the same with services. You don't want to just have 100 different options in your menu. You want to have 2 to maybe 4 or 5, and then you can set the sub pages under that, which is what I had done with the other page, the Baltimore page. But anyways, this about wraps up this video. So like I said, if you want to start ranking your Groovepages and Groovefunnels sites on Google, follow these tips that I gave you about making sure you have one H1 title and using your keywords, using your authority words, setting up your pages so that they're siloed correctly, and you can find more about that, how to do that on Google. But anyways, yeah, and if you haven't already, set up a YouTube channel, because once again, not only is YouTube super powerful for showing up in Google search results, but it's just another way that your message is going to live on the internet, and you'll be able to present your message to people on autopilot over and over and over again. Every time someone clicks on it, for the rest of your life or the rest of YouTube's life, I guess whichever lasts longer, but you get the idea. So rather than having to explain the same thing over and over again, you can just rack up 100, 1,000, 100,000, a million views on one video. And hey, that's that many more people that know what you are and what you do and where to find you. So if you want to find me, you could just search my name, James Jernigan, on Google. You could search my YouTube name, Free State Flipper. You can search Internet Marketing Maryland. You can search Most Effective New York City SEO. Anyways, thanks for tuning into this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Most importantly, I hope these tips help you get found on Google. And if you want to learn more about this kind of stuff, just click that bright red button down below. You already know what it is, and I will catch you on the next video.